Candace Owens is the host of Candace on the Daily Wire, and we're grateful to have her now. Candace, great to see you. So they are intentionally making things worse because tearing down what we have is a prerequisite to building utopia. I think that is the answer to what we're seeing.
That's exactly correct. And this is a especially sensitive topic for me today because I spent the earlier part of the day speaking to a North Korean defector. And I was actually horrified hearing her speak about what she lived through while she was in North Korea and understanding that, what they're really trying to do right here in America is build exactly that model where the state controls and owns and operates everything. You will have nothing and you will be happy because you will have served some higher purpose, some higher government, some higher idea, which you're talking about, these ideologues, some higher idea, green new energy. You did it for your planet. You need to have nothing. You need to shut down these pipelines. You're not going to be able to afford to fill up gas, but look at you. You should be proud because now this is a part of the Green New Plan. And by the way, if you want anything, you've got to worship government. This is the whole reason why when you talk about what is the thing that connects these attack of the education system, why are they dumbing down kids? Why are they being so horrible about families? Why do they want children turning to government and not to their parents for answers? Well, one thing that ties this all is that they don't want there to be anything but the state in your individual lives. In fact, one of the things that this North Korean defector told me was that there was no concept of love, right? She said, we don't have words like stress. We don't have words like social justice in Korean. She's like, there's no concept of this in the state because they don't want you to even think about that because you're supposed to know that this is how things are supposed to be. Every movie that they're allowed to watch in North Korea, and this really terrified me, the only concept of anybody dying is for the state. The highest honor is for the state. We're seeing right now, and people thought this was a radical concept years ago, this was a Republican talking point. It's not. We are seeing America being radically transformed into a communist country. That is what is happening right now. People need to wake up to this, Tucker. I cannot say it enough because it's happening quickly. How have they done it? They needed an existential crisis. Well, COVID-19 is their never-ending existential crisis. This is why we have to take everything that you own. This is why we have to shut down your businesses. This is why you can't earn a living while we take trillions for ourselves because we're here to help. No, we're not. We're here to take over every aspect of your lives and welcome you to a socialist reverie.
It just feels like the cost of this is getting really high. You can feel underneath, there are a lot of signs of it without being too specific, but you can kind of feel the society going sideways underneath. You could see actual unrest. That's the last thing anybody wants. Do you think they're aware that they could be putting too much pressure on the population?
I think they're aware, but I don't think they're scared. I think this is something that's been going on for a very long time. This didn't begin with Joseph Biden. We know that. Hillary Clinton would have been a person that helped to catalyze this had she become our president, but she didn't get that, and they felt like Trump actually stopped their plans. They started this process very slowly, and nobody really was awake to it. I certainly was, and I thought, okay, maybe we are just trying to do some socially good things. Maybe they are just trying to help everybody out. But then suddenly, when Trump was in office, it became very apparent that something else was happening in this country. This obsession and focus on racism, on white supremacy, on making children say, look, anything that happens in this country is the fault of racism, not the obvious fault of what's standing in your face, which is that it is the fault of government. Every hardship that we're facing right now in this country is because of the government. We're not building back anything better right now, Tucker, and Americans need to wake up to that fact.
Candace Owens, thanks so much. Appreciate it.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.